mean, it's a couple days late, but I mean, I guess better late than never, right? Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Crystal. Welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today we're gonna be talking about, really quick, my favorite reads of 2023. I know we're a couple of days into 2024, but I forgot to talk about these on here. So we're gonna go month by month. Honestly, 2023 was really good in terms of reading. I read 230 books, and I think because I have a shelf on Goodreads where for every year it's my top favorites, and I want to say it's like 29 or 30, I have to double check, but I wrote down the titles, and honestly I think you should pick up any of these. And if you've already read them, I mean, am I right? Like, these are so good. And again, reading is subjective, so what may be good to me, it may not necessarily be good to you. What may be good to you is not good to me, but these are the ones that I enjoy. These are the ones that kind of altered my brain in some shape or fashion. So in January, we have His Majesty, Midnight, and Yours by Shon. I read those like all back to back. They're novellas, black romance, very quick reads, probably 120 pages or less. I read them probably in under an hour, but I'm a fast reader, honestly. But they're really good to like help break up anything as a palate cleanser, or if you just want something like an appetizer, you know what I'm saying? It's good for that. Fractured Secrets by Hailey Jenner. This is Mafia, age gap, brother's best friend. He's the Mafia Don. She is an illegitimate sister to one of his high-ranking members. So, but also his best friend. So, in order to kind of save her, because their mafia thing is a little archaic, he has to marry her. So, marriage of convenience. Chef's kiss. And yeah, it has probably one of my favorite nicknames that I've encountered. I haven't encountered too many that have this. He calls her Leonessa, which is lioness, because she's pretty feisty. Hot. It's Iced Out by C.E Ricci. This is hockey, it's college hockey, Rivals to Lovers. It was the first time I discovered that I actually like Rivals to Lovers. It just gives a little bit of, oomph, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I like Enemies to Lovers, but lately Enemies to Lovers hasn't been enemies lately. It's just more like I don't like you, which is like dislike to like, Enemies means like I will kill you the next time I see you, you know what I'm saying? And we're not getting too much of that. But anyways, that's a whole nother rant for another day. Rivals to Lovers, very, very good. I think, yeah, this is my favorite in the entire series. I think there's more books coming out. I read the other book. It was Syndicate of Sins by Maravilla. This is a 𝘍𝘬𝘬. This is the second book in the Toxic Paradise series. It can technically be a standalone, but I wouldn't recommend it because you may be a little lost in some of the references because there's kind of like an overarching plot. I recently read book 3, which comes out in a couple of days. But book 2 is a 𝘍𝘬𝘬. She's basically forced to marry one of the guys. He does not like her, but she's like, that's cool, that's fine. I'm gonna get with your best friends. And the best friends are like, hey, we're here for a good time. We may not be here for a long time, but we're here for a good time. Alright, February we had The Right Move by Liz Tomforde. This is a basketball sports romance. She is his twin sister's best friend, and they, she just went through a really bad breakup, so she ends up staying with him, so it's a roommates to lover situation. I honestly, this one has one of the best boyfriends of all time because he is silent. He is one of those that will show you with his actions that he loves you, not with his words. And as a person who very much needs that, I don't believe in words, I believe in actions. This hit me right where I needed it to hit me. Top tier, honestly. And then Indy, I love her. She's such a fun. I would be best friends with her in real life. My girl was honest with it. She's like, I like to spend money. He's like, I make millions, baby. Pliè was, by A.H Cunningham, is a ballet teacher, student's dad, dislike to like. There's also some BDSM in there. It was very fun. I liked the fact that like he's a dom, but he's like a dom in training, and she is a sub who helps. Like, I've never seen that aspect in a book before. March, we have Cravings by Majesty-Shon, which was the fourth and final book in the series. That one is like a meet cute strangers to lovers. Again, they're very, very short. I think this is maybe 110 pages, 120. Very quick to read. Drag Me Up by R.M Virtues. This is a Hades and Persephone retelling, or inspired, not retelling, because they're like mortals. It features trans characters, non-binary characters, POC characters. Zeus is a bad guy. We're trying to get rid of Zeus, you know what I'm saying? Very much enjoyed this. The main male character is demisexual, which I very much enjoy reading about books about demisexual or asexual characters, simply because that's how I identify. So I really, really enjoyed reading from that perspective. April was Sinful Redemption by Monique. I binge read this entire series. Book 2 is definitely my favorite because the main male character is unhinged. Like, he's insane. These are like Afro, Italian Afro, Irish Afro, I believe Afro Japanese. So I like that aspect. You know, it's like mafia. Us black people can be in mafias. Us brown people can be in mafias. Us POC people can be, like, you know, if you want to be specific and stuff like that, like, we can be in mafia. I very much enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the 6th book in this series, Sinful Enforcers. That one was fun too. Put Me in Coach by 𝘮𝘢𝘰𝘯𝘑𝘢. These are very quick novellas. These are like 70 pages or less. Very quick. This is stepson, stepdad. The stepson is the obviously, so it's age gap, and he is the dominant one. We have Egotistical Puckboy by Saxon, Jade, and Finley. I read this entire series. I loved it so much that it actually made me go back and read the Agents, his book, Damon King, and then read that entire series. I usually don't read backlists, but the Egotistical Puckboy is rivals to lovers again, but this is like in professional setting. And the thing that I like about these books, there's no breakup. They don't break up. Even when they think like, oh, maybe it's not going anywhere, they don't break up. They actually communicate. They're funny. Maybe some people may not necessarily find them funny, but they're amusing. It's like giant kids bumbling through life. So that was very funny. Mother's Day Inn by Lee. I very much enjoyed that. This is part of her Holly Nights series. That like every holiday there's like a little novella that comes around. This was obviously for Mother's Day. This is age gap. He's younger, she's older, she's a single mom. He's been like practically wanting to be with her for a very long time, or not a very long time, but for a couple of years. He finds the opportunity to make that happen. There's breeding in it. I love that. I love that so much. Thieves and Monsters by Clio Evans. This was a rewrite. This is a monster who I choose, you know, polyam. 3, they can merge and turn into, how do you say that? Cerberus? I don't remember. The 3-headed dog in the underworld. I can never say his name. They can merge and turn into him. And then she's a human. She tries to steal from them. They find her and they're like, So that time I got drunk and saved a human. This is the 3rd book in the series. I find all of these really funny. They're very entertaining. It's a cozy like fantasy monster romance. There is a little bit of like a quest that they have to do, but then it's also spicy at the same time, and they're fated mates and all that stuff. Love, love, love. So cute. Alright, so for June and July, they're very, very short. June, we have Take Me Away Biker by Mann. Again, these are under 80 pages. This is Opposites Attract. Also age gap. This is the best friend from Put Me in Coach. And both of their best friends. Yeah. Very cute. I mean, summer's kind of, you know, where you're trying to like enjoy going outside. Granted, I didn't go outside that much, but in July I did have my trip to London, so I wasn't really able to read too much while I was over there. I think I read on my way back from London back to the States, and that one is a prequel. It's like a motorcycle set in Mexico, Mexican characters, only for the week. This is honestly the perfect like summer read. This is they're going to a destination wedding for her sister. Her sister is marrying her ex. There's no hard feelings there because she never loved him or whatever, but her ex's best friend is the best man and has been interested in her for a while, but kept his distance out of respect for his boy. Obviously, he no longer has to do that, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make my move now, and make his move. He does. August, which is my birthday month, was also very good. I read The Dare by Harley LaRue. I've had that book for over 2 years. I was literally slapping myself in the face with it after I read it. I was like, why did you wait? I am going to read The Losers Do It. I know people are going to yell at me about that. I am going to read it. I promise. I'm going to read it. Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. This is a dark rom-com. I won't look at ice cream the same. I'll tell you that much. At least white ice cream. I won't look at that the same. But it's very entertaining, very fun. My favorite like dark romances of the year, but it's like romance light in a sense because it's not like super dark. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's very good. Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I watched the movie first, but couldn't talk about it because, you know, the strike and stuff like that. So I watched the movie like 3 times. I was obsessed with it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna order the book. I ordered it from Barnes & Noble. I wanted the special edition because, you know, I'm always like, go big or go home. So I ordered the special edition hardcover. So I ordered the, you know, blue cover from Barnes & Noble. I did read it, did annotate and tab. I don't do this often. I very much had a great time doing that with this book. It's not spicy. I want to say this is maybe like NC-17. I don't consider it very spicy. I mean, they had some like alluding to, but it wasn't very often. Not like the movie. That movie was risque. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I very much enjoyed it, and it's really pretty. If you look at like the, and then I think I have a video on here. Like they have these little Soul of a Witch. This is book 3 in the Souls trilogy. This is my favorite. This is, you have to read them all in order. They're a dark romance, but it's also paranormal. It follows something that has to do with the cult and occult demons and, you know, stuff like that. Her Soul for Revenge was my favorite, but now Soul of a Witch took over. So it's Soul of a Witch, Her Soul for Revenge, Her Soul to Take. Not saying that Her Soul to Take is bad. It's just it was good. I liked it at the time, but then like Harley kept coming out with banger after banger that would replace the other one, and that's how you know you're an amazing writer, when you can just kind of keep dethroning someone else's favorite. You know what I'm saying? September was also a slow month. Invasion of Sorority Z. This is an alien romance, really cozy, end of world type thing. There's zombies, but then there's aliens, and then there's mating because the aliens come, you know, thinking Earth is kind of like a dead planet. And they're like, oh, let's just cruise and check it out. They find their mates there. It's so cute. Caught Up by Liz Tomforde. This is a sports baseball romance. Age gap, nanny, single dad. I think I said that. I don't know if I mentioned that. But it was a good read. It was really angsty. I usually don't do too much angst, but Liz, I trust Liz when it comes to angst. So we read it and we loved it, okay? We also may have almost shed a tear. I don't cry, but I got that little, you know, that little lump in your throat. I sure did. Collide by Belle. This is a college hockey romance. She hates hockey players for, you know, reasons explained in the book. He's a hockey player. They don't have the greatest like introduction to each other, but then after that he's like, I want you, and she's like, no, thank you, go away. It was very fun. No breakup. I very much enjoy no breakups. A lot of these books actually have no breakups. I mean, except for Caught Up, that one definitely had a breakup. Righteous Deceit by Hailey Jenner. This is the 3rd book, which I mentioned. I read the 2nd book in January. This is another age gap. However, she's older, he's younger. I don't believe in the term reverse age gap. So he's the younger man. It's a marriage of convenience. Neither of them are happy about it. The thing that I found interesting about this is I knew it was a marriage of convenience going in, and I expected it to start off, but it doesn't happen until like halfway into the book, which is very interesting. But anyways, there is primal in this. Yeah. And then also, you know, my wife scenes. I love that. But the other thing I also love about this book is that while he's a gapo in his, you know, family, she is technically above him. She's a right hand woman to her brother, because her brother's the boss and he's her twin. Then after that, we started our obsession with Rena Kent. I re-entered my Rena Kent era. I tried it in 2021. It was not for me then. However, I was like, I'm gonna give it another go. We gave it another go. I immediately just went straight to like the most recent series, because I wasn't gonna read. I was not about to read all 30 books. I was not. I'm sorry. I know people are like, you messed up. No, I didn't. I read what I wanted to read. I started with God of Malice. That first chapter, I was like, yo, wait a minute. Getting ready to go to bed. It was like 10 o'clock because I had to go to work the next day. Then I go to bed. I went to bed at like 1 a.m. And then at work, I I broke it up because someone did tell me to break up and not read every single book all at one shot, because reading it one book every single, like binging it, would tell your brain that you're reading the same thing. Because I guess, and I could see like some of it did sound like repetitive. The guys are the same in different fonts. Female main characters may change out every once in a while, but the guys are all the same, and the females, technically she has like 3 molds of the females, they all end up being the same. So I spread it out throughout November and December, and very, very much, I enjoyed it. Then December, the book. I am obsessed with this. I did this in audio ebook together, and 10 out of 10 recommend. The audio is duet narration, and Teddy Hamilton is amazing as Nico, and I very much enjoyed Shane East as Brandon. This is God of Malice, if no one's read Rena Kent. God of Malice, these are all dark romances, college dark romance. God of Malice is MF, so yeah, but this is enemies to lovers in a sense, angsty. There's a lot of push and pull. I don't necessarily do angst, but I very, very, very much enjoyed this. I still think about this every day because of how good this one was and how much I enjoyed it. I did end up reading the Monster trilogy by Rena Kent. The first book, I'm gonna give it an honorary mention in December favorite reads, because I did enjoy the first book. The first book was like a 5-star. However, the series overall ended up being like a 4.5. But it gets an honorary mention because that first book, I was like, whoa, this is great. And it's like a Mulan. It's the Blood of a Monster trilogy. No, Monster trilogy. It's Mulan inspired, kind of. It's Russian mafia. These are some favorites I forgot to mention, and I was not about to re-record the whole video, so here we go. These are my favorites according to my Goodreads shelves. I had a lot of favorites in the year of 2023, and we're hoping to recreate that in 2024. Will we do it? I don't know, but we can only hope. Anyways, if you stayed all the way to the end, thank you for watching. Have a great day.